What's up, guys? Proximity here, bringing you the first Chaotix podcast, or the ChaotixCast for short. Really excited for this that we're going to have on the channel. Today, I'm joined with Luke the Notable.
Hello.
Dallas, a.k.a. Big Texas.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Corpsic, a.k.a. Tyler.
How's it going?
And Seth, a.k.a. Woxty.
Hey, guys.
And Justin, a.k.a. Samaritan.
Hello.
So we're gonna have this podcast weekly on every Tuesday. It's gonna be pretty sweet. We're gonna try to keep them about 40 minutes to an hour, talking about either things that are relevant in the current Halo scene, like big announcements, talking about future upcoming DLC stuff, and also just kind of like whatever, we're gonna have multiple members of the Chaotix roster each episode. It's not gonna be like the same 6 every single time. It'll just be whoever's available. So we're just gonna have a variety of everybody, and we're gonna have different topics. So we're just gonna talk about whatever. It should be a good time. But for today, the actual topic we want to talk about is the origin of Chaotix and kind of like where it came from. Because as some of us mentioned in some of the videos, that it's been in the works for a couple months. And actually, before that, we had the logo made like 2 years ago, and this is kind of like a whole big thing that's like it's been in the works for a long time. So I'm really happy that it's finally been able to go live, and it's been very successful so far. Thanks to everybody for all the support that we've had. But we wanted to talk a little bit about like the origins of it, where it came from. And I know I like that I have Tyler, Seth, Dallas here because they were with me from the very get-go, and Justin was there for a lot of that involvement. And we brought Luke along for the talent, because Luke's the talent.
Luke is the talent.
Can we swear?
We wouldn't be where we are without Luke's sexy face.
Did he ask, can we swear?
Luke, we can swear, Luke. It's okay.
I was about to
Language. It's the internet. No one knows you're a swear in real life.
I don't mind if you swear. I don't care.
Okay. Just
say
good.
Oh, you're
good
not even
to
gonna
know.
follow up with a swear? You're just gonna ask if we can swear? They're not
Fuck
even
you!
That's
Do what I
better.
want.
There you go. That's
Say
better.
Luke put himself in a video like no fucks given.
Yeah, you hang yourself in a video, but you're not sure if you can swear or not.
Snort Doritos,
Well, it's
hang
the
yourself.
It's the
Can I
Chaotix
swear?
cast. I don't know, man.
No, it's
I don't know if we're trying to look more professional or anything.
No, it's just
No.
We already look really professional. You don't have to,
Think
you don't have to
Batman
try.
doesn't eat hot dogs because he wears a mask? No,
I
he still
want to
does.
be professional.
What, Dallas? Batman doesn't eat hot dogs because he wears a mask? No, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes he's wearing a mask, sometimes he's not. He's gonna eat hot dogs at both times because you want a hot dog. Just because you're Luke the Notable over here killing yourself doesn't mean you can't be Luke the Notable in Chaotix and kill yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
That's
oh,
actually
you know
not.
what
That's
I'm saying?
actually not a terrible
regrets.
analogy.
I think Dallas just wants you to kill yourself, Luke.
That's what I'm saying. Now, see what I'm saying? See what I was thinking?
Okay.
Guys, I don't think they should be promoting killing
Can
yourself.
you
on
get
a
banned
podcast.
for killing yourself on stream? Because then I'll do that.
You probably
banned
could.
for
I
that.
feel like Twitch
You
would
probably get
go for
banned.
that one.
I
I
get
think the
banned.
Guardians. You actually like the Halo 5 Guardians to get mad at you. They'd be like, "Oh,
Hey guys, remember that topic that we were
killed by
going
the
to go over?
Guardians."
All
Yeah,
right,
we'll get
top.
there. We'll get there. Well, this is the point. The ChaotixCast is supposed to be also just hanging out, having fun, and chatting. And so, okay, so for the origin, I need Dallas and Seth's help on the story, and Tyler as well. They were all here for this. I don't want to tell the whole story by myself. This isn't supposed to be proximity hour. All right. So
All right.
It's supposed to be Luke the Notable hour.
that's
All right, guys. Once upon a time, there was a group of friends called Seth, Dallas, and Cole. We all like to play Call of Duty. Black Ops 2 is where I guess we could start at, Cole. Would that be a decent
Well,
start? Because that's where
no,
we
That
kinda
wasn't
started.
Chaotix.
We
Chaotix
started
didn't start till
competing
after that.
in Call of Duty and Black Ops 2 because there was a local LAN, and we thought that we could go win it because we were a bunch of Halo kids, and we were like, COD kids have no talent. We didn't win, but we continued to compete in COD after that, and we played up until Advanced Warfare, so that was 2014. So AW, we were playing that, and then that is when we were trying to like make a team. Like it was Dallas, Tyler, Seth, and myself. No, it was actually Tyler's brother Troy.
It was Troy at the time.
Yeah,
It-
Tyler's
no,
brother Troy.
No, because remember that little green banner that we made? Seth is on that, not Troy.
The blue one with the headset, like
Yeah,
microphone.
the blue
thing?
one with the headsets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it was,
okay.
That has Seth
No,
on
so
it.
Troy left. So Troy was teaming us, but he left to make his own. He went
Troy-
to go do his own thing.
Troy left because I wasn't good enough.
Yes.
That's actually
Yeah.
that is what happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, he felt like he wasn't comfortable teaming with Dallas, so he left. And then it was the 4 of us, and then we wanted to make a team, and so we actually had like this video we kept on watching. It was actually about Egoraptor. It's called Awesome Chaotix, and he has like the awesome series. You guys might have seen like the awesome Pokemon thing and stuff like that. Like it's part of the same series, but it was this game basically that came out in the 90s. It's called Knuckles Chaotix. It's in the Sonic realm. And it was about Knuckles and like this other like group of guys, and it did terrible. The game didn't sell well back in the day, but Egoraptor made a video making fun of it, called Awesome Chaotix, and like I don't know what it was about it. Like it's just a funny video, I guess. But
We
all
quoted
the
that
quotes,
thing from
the
start to
quotes,
finish.
Yeah,
at
the
least 20
quotability of
times a
that
day.
video is out of this world.
yeah, so it stuck
Still
with us for a long
quoted to this
time.
day.
Yeah, we still do,
Tied to the
right?
fucking D.
But I gotta say, Awesome Reach is still my favorite. By
Yeah,
far.
no, dude. Oh,
Awesome Reach. Awesome Reach is pretty funny.
Awesome Reach is freaking awesome.
I
They
love
just-
it.
they snort the
Put it in.
DVD.
The best part, yeah, they're trying to put the disc in the Xbox,
put it-
dude.
put
It's so good. Are you
Ready
ready?
doesn't even fucking describe it.
Yeah, so that's a series, the awesome series where he just makes fun of shit. All right. So he did Awesome Chaotix, and we loved that video. We were joking about it for a long time, and then we jokingly made it like, dude, what if we made our team called the Chaotix? Because we just kind of thought it sounded cool and it was kind of funny. And then we did, and then we were like, oh, we need some branding, we need some emblems, and so
These bitches.
Do you remember the first emblem, Cole?
I do,
Cole, do you
yeah,
actually
yeah.
remember?
So I Google searched like chaos and
Chaos.
like symbols for chaos, because Chaotix, chaos, and then it came up with like a whole bunch of like, it kind of looked like a compass is like the symbol that like frequently used in like ancient.
Like the golden compass.
No, the compass ones were my favorite because I remember Cole and I sit next to each other in the Advanced Warfare emblem creator for like hours, like
Yeah,
coming up with
around, making-
different versions of the logo.
Yes, we did that. We rocked that for a couple weeks as the Chaotix COD team, and we ran a lot of GBs, and we were really good. We did pretty well. We didn't go to any lands for it, but we were pretty solid. But that's beside the point. So then I remember I was working at a frozen yogurt shop at the time, and it was a slow day. And I was sitting there, and we had sticky notes and pens, and I was like, I kind of want to draw something that I feel like, because like in my mind at this point in time, I was like, I'm gonna be a COD pro. I'm gonna be a professional player. This is my future. So I'm like, when I get there and this org kicks off, I want to be able to like have something that's really good for branding, and then also like merchandise,
Jerseys and stuff like that.
So like what would look good on merchandise, and I felt like the current like compass looking thing just looked like a compass, and I didn't think that would like be memorable.
It just had a bunch of arrows like pointing in all directions. I mean, it was kind of cool, but then again, most people wouldn't understand.
Right, exactly. So I sketched up, CX was like the abbreviation we used for Chaotix, and then I tried to make an emblem that had the C and the X, which is what you now see is the current emblem. I drew that up on a little sticky note, and then I went home and I made it on the Black Ops 3, or not the Black Ops 3, excuse me, Advanced
Ops 2.
Warfare. The Advanced Warfare
Advanced
emblem
Warfare, yes.
creator. And I made it on, and it was like on the side of my gun and stuff, and it was like the coolest thing, and I was like, oh, it looks like it's so awesome, and then we stopped playing COD, and then we moved past it. Oh, no, wait. I'm actually out of order.
We went
because
back to Black Ops 2 again.
We did, but we also had we had our team channel. We
Oh,
got to mention
yeah,
the team
yeah.
channel. So
Yeah.
Dallas, Seth, Tyler, and I also made a YouTube channel called Chaotix Gaming, and we all uploaded to it.
Yeah, it was just a whole bunch of random clips. So like it's just like random. Like we did like random Let's Plays on there. There were some Halo clips on there.
Yeah, when we stopped grinding AW so much, Dallas went to Counter-Strike, so he had Counter-Strike clips on there. It was a whole mess. But that channel got like 300 subs after a long time.
Oh no, not just Counter Strike either. I was going off the wall there for a little while. I was uploading like indie horror games and like H1Z1 and like no, not Viva Pinata. Even though
Viva Pinata. Elmer's,
All right, Viva Pinata,
ABCs,
Oh no, Need for Speed, Dallas. Don't forget your Need for
Corey
Speed.
in the House.
Oh, my Need for Speed series did good. Don't give me shit on that.
It did good for
40,
in comparison to the rest
views,
of the videos.
40
yes.
views at the time was very good for us.
That
This
was
is
good.
Where,
Those were the days.
our videos were getting like 15 views on there. Like a good video got 20 on that channel. So that was like what we were doing, and we didn't take it too seriously. None of us did. But then actually, I started working full time, and then we stopped gaming as much, and then I stopped gaming a lot in general. I just kind of casually played Halo MCC because MCC got fixed around this time. Fixed. It never really got fully fixed, but when it first came out, if you guys recall, it didn't work very well.
I'd be careful saying that.
You couldn't find games.
Yeah, you couldn't find.
You
games,
couldn't
that's what I'm
match with
saying.
other people.
But now, like, you fast forward like 5 months at the time when I started working a full time job and stuff. Like, I was able to start playing, because you could actually find matches, and I liked Halo 3 on the MCC. I thought the 60 FPS Halo 3 was really fun, so that's what I did. And I would play that for a few hours a night. I was at Dallas was grinding Counter Strike. Tyler was playing like League, I think, at this point. And
That's around the time that me and you started getting really close. Whenever
yeah, because this is when Justin was like, "Yo, let's teach me how to play Halo." That is the same time.
And I was off in the corner playing RuneScape, old school, for a little bit.
Meanwhile, Luke, I didn't even know Luke existed. So then
Luke
yeah.
the who?
Luke,
Skip over to 2015. We get the idea. We started in Advanced Warfare.
No, this is
you
important.
got to go through all of it.
No, it's important because
I got there.
Prepared if they know it.
so we had the channel, all right, and I started doing like a few. I'd compile a few like Xbox recorded clips from Halo 3 and then make like little short videos on it.
Those
started
weekly
doing that.
funnies.
We had that doubles thing, that rocket clip that I have. So
Well,
glorious.
That one's really old. That's like early. It's beside the point. So we move forward. I'm uploading casual here and there Halos. Then I started actually using my Elgato that I've had for forever, and I started making a couple weekly funnies. If you go back on my channel, the first couple of videos are all from that. And that was like me just having fun with Halo, and I was enjoying myself. And Dallas was also, like, Dallas and I were uploading a shit ton, but he was uploading a lot of Counter-Strike, and I was uploading a lot of Halo. So we were both, like, alternating uploads, but, like, we weren't coordinating. We were just, that was the channel we had to upload. And, like, we weren't taking shit too seriously, obviously. And I wanted to make a channel that was, like, more centered around, like, my content, because, like, I was, like, putting some effort into my videos and, like, my Halo stuff, and Dallas was putting effort into his, too. Like, his Counter-Strike videos are funny. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying, like, I was putting effort into it, and I felt like I was getting zero recognition, because they'd get, like, 15 views. And so I wanted to try to, like, I didn't think I was going to get anywhere with the channel. It's first of all called Chaotix Gaming, and I go by proximity, so it didn't make any sense. And then I also wanted to, like, just be able to focus on Halo and just, like, have Halo content. Because I figured, like, I might be able to pick up, like, a fan base, you know, if I work hard enough. So I wanted to make it, but, like, there was 300 subs in that channel, which is a pretty good start. For anybody that knows it's, like, starting a YouTube channel, like, let me ask you guys, everybody here has a YouTube channel, like, where do you begin? Like, how do you fucking get a fan base? Like, Luke, you've had multiple channels, right?
Yeah, I've had a couple channels. This one's always kind of been my main channel. In the past, what's worked is kind of building it around something. So I don't know if you guys know who DHG is, but they're essentially like a big gaming clan. And yeah, I actually made videos for them for a while. And
You
that
made
got me.
Wait, I didn't. You made videos for DHG?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Dude, Cole and I were in DHG. No
Yeah,
lie.
no
But then we
bullshit,
like
back in
toppled
Reach.
it.
Yeah, we toppled the Reach
no
division
way.
at one point.
I was in it.
I got to
Halo
know
4
Batman,
days.
the owner of DHG, or at least the owner of the part that we were in. And I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
yeah, you're fucking stupid, and this whole organization's fucking stupid. And then he was like, oh, yeah, you're right. End it. That's how it went.
No, yeah, that's why I left, because the whole org is just terrible. But my Luke the Notable main channel back when it was called, like, what the hell ever it was called.
Creole's Backfire?
Well, it's had multiple names. That was the first name, and then it was called multiple things after that. But I made videos for DHG, yeah. I would film their practices, I'd film their matches, and put other gameplay of them up, and I got a couple hundred subs that way. But other than that, there's really no good way to, like, start a channel. Like,
Yeah, it's so hard,
Other-
because, like,
Yeah,
you have nothing. There's nobody that knows you. It's like, starting from
no
scratch
one
feels
gives a
bad.
shit about you.
Like
Get to know
best-
people. Streams. Go to streams.
The
That's a
best
good way.
The best way that launched me, that I got the idea from Seth because he got it he gave it to Cole, was the whole Reddit thing. Like, just start with things that everyone can use, like tips and
Well,
like
and I got
shit
really
like
lucky
that.
in that sense, because whenever I
Cole was the
started...
first one to start doing that. That's
Yeah,
he
Halo
did it
5
before everybody started jumping in on that.
Yeah, Halo 5 jump videos is what really kind of kicked my channel off, because people were wondering all these new jumps on the maps, and then I would find them, and then I would make a video of it and put it on Reddit, and so that got me like a couple hundred subs. And then I started ranking, and then people could find me through related videos. But the moral of the story, it feels bad, man. Starting from scratch, nobody knows who you are. The best thing actually, real quick, this is completely off topic, but if you guys want some advice, I've been holding this advice for a while, wanting to make a video about it, but like a quick one. This is not the whole thing, but if you guys want to try to get yourself known, get yourself a recognizable logo, get some branding that people are going to recognize. It doesn't have to look too professional, just something that people are going to remember, and then go around on a bunch of Halo videos and just write something nice. Write something nice about
But don't
every single video.
spam. Don't spam your URL. Don't be like, hey, don't be that person that goes, hey, I like your content. Hey, do you mind checking out mine? And then Control V your link to your channel. No one likes that. I see
Yeah.
that on anybody things. I immediately ignore
that's
you.
awesome. I'm so close to 200 subscribers on my channel. Good
Yeah,
for you.
Yeah, same thing. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Because that sounds
Don't do
desperate,
that.
and people are turned off to you like that. So if you want to get people's attention, just say something nice to them. Say something about the video. Don't drop, "Hey man, nice vid." Like, go in there and say something specific about the video. Watch the actual video and say something nice. So the thing I used to do this, and I still do this now and then. It's fun. Go to the search bar on Halo on YouTube and type in Halo 5, and then set the filter to uploads within the last hour, and you'll find some like really underrated channels, or channels that like people basically nobody watches, and then like because like they don't have anybody that's like watching them. It's hard to get a fan base. So, but if you go just to see like most recent uploads, they'll have like 1 or 2 views, and you can go and like drop a nice comment on there, and just like make friends with people. Just be nice, and people will remember you if you have a memorable logo. And like I said, it doesn't have to look professional. Just
You gotta reply to all your goddamn comments.
Yes, Luke and I both did that.
I hate seeing small channels that don't reply to every single comment. Yeah. It does so much for you.
It really does, and I'll definitely testify to that, because Luke did it for a long time, and I can't anymore. Like, we can't, both of us, we reply to a lot, but it's overwhelming at this point. But back when both of us were in the couple, like, early, under 1,000 subs, and then maybe, like, up to 2,000, you could reply to every single comment you got, and that really, like, builds a relationship with the viewer, because, like, I do appreciate all my viewers, and I want them to know that, and, like, you know, they understand that I actually care because I'm replying to them and, like, acknowledging them. It's the same thing. Just be nice to people and, like, network yourself so people remember you and then know that you're not, like, a total jackass. Anyways.
Yeah. On another side note, though, that I'd like to add on that, so this is kind of on the same topic. If you ever see any of us in somebody else's stream, don't make their stream about us, please.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Dallas. Dude, that's another thing. I agree. I get asked that a lot. No, Dallas gets asked a lot, and I hate it because if you see me in somebody else's stream, or you see Dallas or anybody, don't say, hey, when's your next stream? Like, at proximity, when are you streaming next? Because, like, what that does is it takes the attention off of the current streamer, which is why you're there, and it puts it on you, which I don't like, because you're the person's streaming. Like, that person is playing and broadcasting themselves to, like, try to entertain people, and then you're trying to, like, make it about somebody else. I don't like it. And I think it's kind of rude. So
the thing is it's something you really don't notice until you take a step back and look at it, though. It's really inconsiderate when you take a step back, but in the moment, like, somebody asking, I could see, like, how they don't mean it to be that way.
Oh, no.
The only reason I'm bringing this up here is so people can understand that point of view.
Yeah, I agree. I don't grill people for asking me. I'll just be like, hey, man, like, don't ask me that in somebody else's stream, and I'll tell them, like, nicely. Because, like Dallas just said, you know, you get caught up in the moment, you get excited, you're like, oh, like, I'm talking to, you know, live chatting with proximity is pretty cool, so, like, let me ask them about somebody streaming, but, yeah. But back to the point. Way back. So we have this channel, Chaotix Gaming, with 300 subs, and I'm looking to branch out. And 300 subs, they weren't that active, because, like we said, we were only getting, like, 15 views per video. But you still wanted to, like, have that 300 base, because, you know, it was nice to have a 300 sub. Like, if people look at your channel and they see you only have 1 sub, they're probably going to be less likely to subscribe to you than if you have 300. So, I wanted that channel, and I know Dallas wanted the channel too, but I didn't feel like it was fair for me to, like, kick Dallas off, because he was uploading Counter-Strike and I was uploading Halo, and I wanted to just have my focus. I didn't feel like it was fair to kick Dallas off, because, like, we both worked hard and, like, a bunch of people did to, like, get the subs, but then I also didn't feel like it'd be fair for him to have it, because of the same logic. So, I came to Dallas at one point and I was like, hey man, I think we should both leave this channel and start our own channels. And Dallas was not happy about it.
Oh no, I was pretty pissed about it at the time, because this is also at a point in time where my videos before my Counter-Strike videos were me literally just cutting out a piece of a gameplay and uploading it without an intro or an outro, and these Counter-Strike videos were the first thing that I ever put effort into, and it was starting to get a little bit successful. Like, I was starting to get more than 30 views on all my videos, and at the time, that was a very, very, very big deal to me. Like, that was such a big deal. So, like, having to create a brand new channel and start from the ground up was not something I was too excited about at the time.
To be fair, that still is a pretty big deal, especially in Counter-Strike. Like, whenever you stream Counter-Strike, you actually have, like, viewers who are watching you. You get, like, 4 to 5 viewers. That's still pretty big.
Hey, guys, I'm just going to cut it really fast. Luke just had to get off the stream, guys, so he's actually not in this podcast anymore. So we're going to pick up on his side of the story, probably, and maybe in the next time we do one with Luke and all of us in the same one, we'll cover his side of the Chaotix story.
Yeah, Luke had a family emergency, had to go. Let's keep her going.
Yeah. So, moving forward then, we had to... Dallas and I... So, Dallas wasn't happy with it, but we ended up doing that. We split channels, and I made the current channel that I have on August 31st of 2015. And I uploaded a few videos that I had previously made on the CX channel. And then I think I made, like, 1 new video, and then I kind of just, like, slowed down. I kind of stopped. But we had all departed from the Chaotix thing. It's the moral of the story. And Dallas continued on with Counter-Strike and stuff, and he didn't make his channel for, like, a couple months later. But then Halo 5 came out a couple months later.
The salt was too real. I was way too salty to make a new YouTube channel.
And then,
way too salty.
Yeah, so, like, it's actually funny, because Dallas was, like, pretty much done with console gaming at this point. I was playing a lot of doubles. I was playing... Really, the people that I was playing with at this time, Tyler now and then, and then I'd play a lot with Justin because I was like, you know, trying to help him like learn Halo, and then Seth and I would play a lot like doubles on MCC. We play a lot of Halo 3. That was what we were all doing, and we were like anticipating Halo 5. But see, like it's even funnier because like 2 weeks until Halo 5 came out, I wasn't even gonna get it because I really didn't think it was gonna be a good game, and I hated the beta, so I was pretty like jaded about it. I was like, I don't even want to like, I'm not gonna get it. It's gonna be bad, and actually Dallas, when did you decide to get Halo 5?
Literally an hour before it came out, Cole.
Yeah, Dallas and I were, we went out and ate some dinner because I was waiting on my download to finish for it, and then like we went out and ate dinner, and I like convinced him to get it. Like
yeah, I was still in full Counter-Strike grind. like I was still grinding, and then Cole's like, Halo 5 is gonna be pretty good, dude, and I was like, I don't know, man. He goes, you're gonna get it. And I said, yeah, I'm probably gonna get it. And I ended up getting it.
Yeah, he looked at Dallas in the eyes and said, "You're gonna do it.
You're gonna do it, Dallas. You're gonna do it.
Dude,
There's no yes or no. You're gonna do it."
I got it that night, and it turned out to be a good decision because Halo 5 is a fucking good game.
Yeah, but
it's
like
a good
crazy.
game.
It's crazy to think like how much everything's changed because of that. Because like I said, I wasn't even gonna get it 2 weeks before.
Or like
that.
imagine if I would have said no, I wouldn't be here right now.
I know
that
that's what I'm saying.
that one little conversation literally changed my life because this YouTube Chaotix and all this has changed my life.
Dallas,
100%.
Get emotional on us.
I'm emotional. I'm an emotional.
Get emotional on me, boy.
It's a big deal. This is
I like
big.
it. This is straight up like things that like I never thought would happen, but it's like things that I like dreamed about like whenever I was younger. I'm like seeing all these YouTube videos of like these organizations
the biggest
coming up.
Aspiration I had at the time was mainly about pro gaming. Pro gaming, like the hype behind it. You see Scumpy stand up. He's like doing the fake jersey tear, and you're like, oh, that's just so dope. But this right here is actually, when I think about it, the stress behind pro gaming, I give so much props to any pro player because the stress involved is like, I've never been a pro, and I can see how much they go through. And
yeah, there's a lot of shady
in
shit that
YouTube,
happens too, because people sketch on you and drop you, and like you could be on like a top 3 team and then get dropped, and then nobody will ever pick you up again. Like that happens to multiple pros. They just like get fucked and then they're gone.
Yeah, no, like
or you could be the best team in the game, and then you pull a lethal.
Yeah.
Pull a
that's
lethal
true.
leave.
Or like Clay in Black Ops 2 got dropped, or Early Ghost, he got dropped from. They won 7 out of the last 8 events, and they got second at the event they didn't win, and they dropped them.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's unpredictable. It's stressful.
But yeah, when it comes to YouTube, it's entertainment. I love entertaining people. So streaming and YouTube together is like just entertainment. It's not all about having to win everything. There's not that kind of stress
That's the main
involved.
thing for me too, Tyler. I kind of, when Halo 5 came out, Cole and I had the idea. Cole wanted to he started making Halo content, and he wanted to start, as he got Halo 5 and saw it was a good game, he actually wanted to start making content for it. And my favorite thing to do so far has just been watching Cole and watching all of y'all just build your content. I'm not really I try to be a content creator, but I'm not like super creative. But I do like helping people get to where they want to do it, giving them ideas and stuff. But watching Cole and the passion in Dallas they both have, and you guys even, Justin and Tyler, is awesome. I like seeing it. I just wish there was like, that's the main thing about the Chaotix thing too. It's just, I want that to be like a community focus. I wish there was more people in the Halo community that just want to be creative, make stuff. Not necessarily to get famous or whatever, but, just to make something. Like, Halo 3 back in the day, like, that was the big deal. Like, hey, I made this thing, check it out, this is actually fun. Like, I haven't seen, I don't even know if there is, there probably is, it's just not as, like, relevant, I guess, anymore. Like, Halo 5 machinimas, are there, like, is that even a thing anymore?
I think there's a few channels that do it, but it's not as big.
There's a couple.
Like, what Seth is touching on is kind of like what Cole brought up earlier, like what Hex said about, like, the COD community, that, like, we didn't have any help. Like, if we wanted this to be big, we had to start it, and we had to make it big ourselves. And that's the same thing that, like, Chaotix is trying to do. Like, we're trying to build Halo back up to what it once was. And people can sit around and, like, just have, like, themselves and, like, promote themselves, which is okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But to have, like, a community and, like, grow the community instead of just self-promote yourself, it's better for everyone.
Yeah, no.
And it definitely doesn't help with so many people just having bickering and whining about the things bad in the game and nobody talking about what's good in a game. Yes, there's always going to be bad things in a game, and I can't really say there's any titles that I was 100% like, this is the best game ever kind of thing, It's not, no game was perfect, but too many people focus way too much on anything that they think is a problem. Say Spartan charging. Too many people focus on Spartan charging and make Halo 5 bad to themselves. instead of thinking about, hey, I have fun doing a gun battle with a Magnum. They don't think about that. They only think about the Spartan charge. When they're not playing, you think about how much fun you didn't have.
It's the same thing as media. Negatives get way more attention than positives.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. And actually, real quick, just on a random thing, I've actually really been enjoying like a good AR fight recently. AR is actually a really well balanced. That automatic is so well balanced.
It's balanced doubles, with the thrusters on it too. It makes
it so good in that new doubles playlist.
Yeah, with a thrust strafe with an AR, like you can actually have some intense AR fights. Like it's not even dumb. That's actually
especially when you're playing against kids with like skill. I mean, I said kids. I make sure I correct myself before we get yelled at. Playing against other players with ARs and jetpacks.
Perfectly respectable other Xbox.
Perfect, yeah, exactly. Owners. But like, it's actually it is challenging. I mean, it is frustrating to get AR down, and that's the thing that sucks the most is that the Halo 3, Halo Reach, and all that stuff, and Halo 4, they all had the precision weapon was the main start. I don't know, like when the game first launched, one of the things that drives me crazy, it still drives me crazy. I still see comments, and I go to like the Halo Waypoint forums and stuff, and I'll still see threads about, hey guys, when we get BR starts, when's that happening?
Dude, no.
Like, why don't you just appreciate like the game is what it is? Like, dude, it's
the Magnum like is so well balanced. I don't know why anybody needs the BR.
I was the same way. I was the same way. Then I started playing Halo 5, and I was like, wow, this Magnum's actually pretty fun to use. There's a skill gap here. I like this.
No, the Magnum's great. Yeah, I was the same way too. When I first heard it was gonna be AR Magnum stars, I was so pissed, cause like. The best, in my mind, the best AR Magnum start we ever had was in Halo Reach, and that was actually pretty good, but still I would prefer to have like a real rifle, but I love... The Halo 5 Magnum is my favorite gun in Halo 5. It feels so good. Getting it perfect with it's very satisfying, and it feels super skilled and balanced. It's not easy. People that say it's easy aren't playing at a high level. I'm sorry. I really hate to sound that way, but like, if you play against other high-level players, and you're playing, Magnum starts, it's not easy to land a 5-shot. And if you don't believe me, go watch pro gameplay, you won't see that many 5-shots. You'll see like 3 or 4, and that's a good game for somebody. If you got like 3 or 4 perfects in a game, then you did super well. So you can't even say that it's like easy to do it, because people act like they 5 everything, but that's not true. They 100% don't. I can go pull up anybody's waypoint stats and look at their kills with the Magnum versus the perfect kills with the Magnum, and it's going to be completely outweighed by just regular kills.
Like that's whenever I started telling, like, that's whenever you can start telling that you're like actually getting good at the game. Whenever you at least get 1 perfect per game.
Yeah, exactly. If you get 1 perfect per game, like I always like to at least get 1. Like I always aim for at least 1, just because my own personal I like getting perfect kills. But it's not as easy as people like to suggest. But the BR is a completely different story. You can 4 people all day with the BR. Because the BR is it's an easier weapon, 100%.
It's a much easier weapon.
And the bullet magnetism on it is insane compared to the Magnum. Like,
yeah.
Especially if people are like, dude, the H2 BR should be the main weapon.
Yeah, H2 BR has even more so with that magnetism stuff. Yeah, I feel as if I could swipe around with that one.
No,
I guess people like it because it feels like a Halo 3 BR, because Halo 3 BR you can sit there and swipe, and that's probably why people prefer that one or whatever, but like, it's too easy. Like, it really is. Yeah. It's a 4-shot.
It feels good. I like using it. It feels great, but it is too easy. Mm-hmm. I will definitely say that. That magnetism's like crazy on it. But,
well, let me rephrase that. It's too easy, quote unquote, but you're picking, like, that's the way I like how 343 did it, though. It's too easy, but you still have to go, because you don't start with it. You have to go pick it up on the map. Adds an extra little layer to the metagame, and I like that a lot.
It's a power weapon.
Yeah.
Like, and that's, I think that's how everyone sees it. Like, that's how everyone is finally starting to see it. Like, the BR is 100% a power weapon, just like an SMG is a power weapon.
Oh, 100%.
And Storm Rifle is a power weapon.
The SMG.
Anybody that's ever watched one of my breakdown videos will be like, you heard me say, like, know where the BR spawn. They're power weapons. Like, there's only 3 of them on the map. Control all 3 of them. Get it.
Yeah.
Do it.
There was a comment I saw on the most recent update for the doubles playlist. There was a comment that literally was a complaint about how there were no loadouts, and it ruins the game because everybody's rushing to go get the heavy weapons. That was the actual, like, complaint. And I was like, have you played? What are you talking about?
What? That's Halo.
You're describing Halo. Like, but like, that's the thing. I guess there's like there's another gap there. Everybody's gotten so used to like Call of Duty loadouts and stuff. Everybody wants to have like, they want to feel like a badass.
Everybody wants to sniper.
And that's the thing about Halo. You can't feel like a badass sometimes. You're going to be on the, the loser side of things sometimes because there's a skill gap. It's a skill-based game.
Because
it's not...
I'm 100% with you there, Seth.
Yeah.
You go on. You somebody go on?
Yeah,
that's the thing, because people are so used to instant gratification. Guess how easy it is to get to level 4 in Call of Duty? Literally 1 game. You play 1 game, and then you can make your own class and go in and do it exactly what you want to do, right? In Halo, every single game, you're starting from scratch. every game.
Oh yeah.
So that your gratification will only come by getting good enough to get the things that you want to have.
Yeah, like
so like people
leveling up in this
and all that.
Or enjoy what you have. Enjoy the Magnum.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you gotta get good with the Magnum before you're really gonna like it. I know a lot of people. I actually got to comment this. You're not gonna use the guy's name, but I also don't remember. Somebody asked me this on one of my Slayer Road series. He asked me why I dropped the AR for the sniper when I used it, and why do I keep the Magnum? Because he was like, you shouldn't have two precision weapons. You have the precision sniper and you have the precision Magnum. Why don't you use the AR? Because it's easier to use as opposed to sniper. And I told him, like, I wasn't disrespecting him. He asked me a question. I was answering it. I was like, oh, wait, it's easy because you can help your teammates better with the Magnum. You know, if Dallas needs support from a longer range or whatever, I can pull out the Magnum and map somebody with it. The snipe obviously would be good in that situation too. But the AR is only good for close range and very, very certain scenarios. But the Magnum is a much better primary, so you want to hang on to that as versus the AR. And so, like, he didn't get what I was saying, because if you're a lower level player, or like if Halo's, this is new to you and you just got into Halo 5, and you think like, I'm just saying, like, I get the game out of the box and I'm a new player, I'm going to be using the AR because it's a lot easier to manage than the Magnum. The Magnum's a lot harder to try to land 5 accurate shots, and I have to do it quick because the other people are going to be shooting at me with probably an AR, right? So, like, it makes perfect sense to me why you would, like, think that, like, I don't want to use the Magnum for a long time. But then once you get in the higher levels, you'll start realizing that everybody's using the Magnum, and now you have to, like, start over, basically, because if you've been using the AR to, like, get through bronze to gold, and then you have to use your Magnum when you get to platinum, it's like a backwards thing. So what Tyler was just mentioning, like, before you want to, like, really appreciate the Magnum, you have to get good with it. So, like, I feel like that guy was, like, often dropping his Magnum for the sniper because it's hard to use the Magnum, so he just completely, disregards it and uses the AR instead. But he ended up, like, appreciating that I answered it, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. But he even said that. He's like, I need to get better with the Magnum. So I think that's exactly what you guys are talking about. Like the COD community, I think, gets bigger, or just, like, keeps players around because the instant gratification side of things. But, like, even in the world of Halo, where if you spend months grinding up to get to platinum, you immediately have to kind of, like, start over in a sense, because now you have to, like, that's not saying that all players don't use the Magnum, but if you wanted to get good with the Magnum, you might have to start, like, practicing with that again, and then it's going to take you a while before you can climb out of platinum to get up to Onyx, Does that make sense? Everything I just said?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember,
course.
like, it's the same kind of thing like that was in Halo 3. Like, in Halo 3, I remember my strategy on Guardians when that game first came out was to grab shotgun and then start crouch watching, like crouch walking from, like, top gold to either, like, just crouching there, waiting for someone to jump in, and hopefully I can get them before they get me with a shotgun, playing, like, Team Slayer with that. My friends and I, we would do that. That was a strategy, but it's a learning curve. It's just like that in Halo 5. I don't know why, like, people like to ignore that. Like, oh, Halo 5 doesn't have, like, this sucks, this game sucks. But Halo 3 had the same exact kind of learning curve. You played it differently until you learned, wait a minute, this doesn't work. I can be better if I just did this instead. And then you start picking up BRs, you start picking up different weapons, you start doing what higher level players do. But I don't know why people feel as if I can't be good with the higher level weapons. They need to cater it down to me so I can be just as good as they are. I mean, it's kind of like Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty has all these weapons, but, like, at the end of the day, when you get towards the higher level stuff, I mean, everybody's using the same 2 or 3.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, every time.
That's what happens.
Don't get me started on the whole catering to lower tier players. The freaking ban and protect system on COD.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you're too good at this game, so we're gonna, like, nerf you. Like, that's
yeah, we're gonna nerf
Clayster.
Yeah. Clay's too good with the FAL and BO2. That's banned now.
That is now a banned gun because one person is way too good with it.
Yeah.
Granted, that weapon was pretty overpowered in my opinion. The M8A1 was pretty balanced.
But, like, if Halo ever got to something like that, where you're just banning a weapon because someone's, like, too good with it, it's dumb. Halo, I've never had to grind so much in a game to get good than Halo. Like, COD, it was easy because there was always this best gun. Like, this is the gun that all pros are using. And, like, it was the most overpowered gun and it had the fastest time to kill. But here in Halo, everyone starts with the Magnum. You really have to land your shots, and it's not like, oh, I can shoot him 5 times in the body. You have to aim for the head. Like, doing this game was just such a grind, and I don't think that the newer players are just ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, let's go back to the topic that we were on with, like, what we were talking about with why Chaotix even exists, even, like, and why Cole even started making channels in Dallas and everybody. It's honestly, it was just mainly focused around making tip videos. making stuff or like giving guidance to people, because that's something I wish we would have had. I mean, I'm sure all of us would say we had. Like, Justin, you had it with Cole actually playing with you and teaching you how to 100%. Play. But everybody wishes they had someone that would teach them, hey, can you just show me how to be good at this game instead of me having to, like, trial and error, like, for months and months and months and get discouraged and not play this game anymore? And that's what the whole point is that's why we started the Chaotix. And that's why, like, we're trying to do that again for Halo. Like, back in the day, there were all these videos. I already mentioned it, like, machinimas and stuff. Everything was super awesome. Like, it was rich. There was a whole bunch of content for everybody. Noobs, pros, and then, like, you know, mid-tier people, but, like...
Yeah, like amateurs.
It just doesn't seem to exist anymore, and we're just trying to help bridge that, and that's the whole point about the Chaotix stuff, and, I mean, I'm sure we go into it some more in a second, but I just want to get back to that, like, focus on community-based content, and that's what I really want for Halo 5, without the complaints, but I know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and community engagement. And speaking of getting back to the topic, let's actually get back to this topic, which was talking about the origin of Chaotix and why.
I know we got way off topic. Yeah. Well, not really though. It's kind of.
It's Halo related.
Halo, yeah.
We were talking about like Halo 5 and stuff. So okay, I think where Halo 5 came out, I started making jump videos, and so I started making jump videos, and then I started making tip videos, as Seth mentioned. And then I started getting a pretty good following because of that. And then Dallas was helping me out a lot of my videos, and so were all these guys were, honestly. And then I would you know, I encouraged all of them to make their own channel and all that shit. And then, you know, we started spreading that, and Dallas started making his own channel. He started making like a lot of active videos and stuff. And Tyler and Justin have done the same, and Seth as well. And then I started making friends with other YouTubers like Ubernick. He was actually the first person I talked to about it. But I talked to these guys about it. I mentioned it. I talked to all four of these guys, and I was like, what if we did the Chaotix? Because I started looking at other communities like Call of Duty, and to anybody that says you can't compare Halo and COD, it's wrong. They're the two main FPS shooters on console. I guess you have like Battlefield kind of in the mix there. They're a little off to the side. They're kind of
their own little category.
Well, it's because Battlefield doesn't have a competitive community around it.
Exactly. But yeah, so you have COD and you have Halo, and COD's so big, and like all of us know that, you know, COD's so big. And actually, I had this long conversation with these guys about how I feel like Halo's lacking something, and that is an organization like Optic or FaZe. And I'm sure you're all familiar with FaZe and Optic. Both of them have they were rooted in COD. Now that they've since expanded, but they've gotten so big, and that was because whenever Call of Duty started getting like a good following, and you know, YouTube gaming started becoming a thing, those were the organizations that existed on YouTube for Call of Duty, and like that was like this really cool, like, you know, oh, I'm a member of Optic, it was this big deal, and like, oh, I played with some guys from Optic, and it was like this really cool thing, and these guys were like awesome, and they made really cool videos, and they were like YouTube personalities, and then like it got so, actually they started out being like, oh, we're the best trick shotters and all this shit, best sniping montages, and then they started to get into the personality stuff because they got smart. But we're trying to do that from the rip, like, you know, have like high level montages and stuff, as well as having like good community or like interaction with the fans and like engaging with people and having personalities.
They found success in being relatable.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I had this long conversation with these guys, and then like the next day, I watched a video that Hex made, who's the owner of Optic, and he was talking about back when he was talking about the Halo community. It was actually really interesting. It was like I swear it was crazy. It was like a divine message. It was like the day after I had this conversation. And he was like driving in his car in some vlog, and I don't even watch his videos, which is weird. Like, I occasionally, very rarely, will go like check one out, and I decided to, and so I did, and he talked about it. He was like, back then, with like the Halo community, if the Halo community wants to get big, they have to make themselves big. They have to have people, and have people in the community step up and make something happen. Because back when we didn't have the support from the developers, he's talking about Call of Duty now. He's like, back when we didn't have the support from the developers, we didn't have the support from people. You know, the competitive scene, MLG didn't have competitive Call of Duty. They took it upon themselves. They stepped up. They made these organizations. They kept themselves consistent. They made, you know, these channels. They blew themselves up. They got everybody involved. They started making things with community interaction. And then now COD's where it is today. And it's kind of hard to deny that FaZe and Optic were direct influences on why Call of Duty is so big. And so I just talked to these guys about like how Halo doesn't have that. And I kind of want to like, we need to make it. Like, we can't sit back. Like, all of us have a dream to, like, make this, like, this huge thing, and if in the future we could have, like, a huge Chaotix team house and all that shit, like, that would be, like, the coolest thing ever. That's like a pipe dream. But we knew, like, it's not gonna happen if we don't make it happen. Like, nobody's gonna do it for us. We aren't gonna sit back, and nobody's gonna come in and be like, hey, guys, I'll completely fund your project. Do you guys want to be the Chaotix? I'll pay for everything. Like, we have to build it. We have to build it ourselves, and so we kind of had that dream. We already had the logo made, as mentioned previously, and we had the name, and we liked it. And then we started talking to other members who you see now. So we filled out the roster. This is the original 5 here. These group of people who I'm like all close friends with, and then we kind of expanded and hit up some other people and got some other people that we thought would be really good. People who are passionate. We aren't just trying to be like bring people in that like feel like you're going to use us for success or like vice versa.
10's a good number. 10's a good number.
Yeah,
I like the amount of people we got.
We're gonna recruit more in the
and
future,
as well, what Cole was just saying, he wanted to make sure we got good people that we can trust, because we all represent each other. Now that Chaotix is launched, everything that I do could potentially impact anybody else that's in Chaotix.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So like we all got to be unified in what we do.
And that's the thing, same thing too, and that's the main thing about the Chaotix, and that's what the biggest draw to like, and that's the thing, there is a select group of people, yeah, that are like the face of Chaotix, but we want to show off community stuff. We want to show off top 5s, Nick's doing that series, that's huge. This little podcast, like this is just something that we're going to be talking about, we'll be doing every Tuesday, I think is what we said, but like, I'm just excited to see what we're going to do with this, like I really am. I'm hoping that this like encourages other people to come out of the woodworks and say, wait a minute, I had this content that I had this idea. I didn't want to make it, though, because I didn't think I was going to ever, like, no one would care. It's Halo. It's not Call of Duty. I think I'm just going to get looked at kind of weird. No, come out of the woodworks, man. Make your content. If it looks awesome, we'll give you a little like. We'll give you a comment. We'll encourage people to go look at your stuff. Just make stuff. Make stuff for Halo. Let's make Halo great again. See, I did it. I did that joke. I told you I would do it.
Get that hashtag here. No, that's the exact right idea, though. And actually, it's really, really humbling and, like, it's crazy, actually. I got super emotional looking at it, but I wanted to make this, like we said, what we just talked about, like, to build Halo up and build people's, like, interest in Halo and, like, kind of I want people to look at this like people looked at FaZe and Optic, like, in a good way, in a good light. Like, some people make fun of it, because they're like, oh, FaZe, 360, but none of that. I'm talking, like, people look at it like I aspire to be a member of FaZe one day, and I want to get into content creating, and I want to grind the game because I want later in life to like, be recruited and become a member and all that. And we've seen a few comments like that where people said like, one day I'm going to join this team. And then one guy even made a video, and he entitled it "Why I Want to Join Chaotix Game," and he made a commentary talking about like why he thought it was such an awesome idea and he wants to be a part of it and wants to help build Halo back up. And that's like so crazy to me. Like, I immediately it got me emotional because it's like, this is exactly like what I wanted people to look at it, and it's like so awesome to have like people already like getting into that and like inspiring people, genuinely inspiring people to like create content and like work hard and try to get places, because that's exactly what Halo is lacking. There's nothing like that in Halo, and I think that's like the fact that it's already getting accomplished like with just the launch, and we've been live for like 2 days now at the time of recording this. This is like the second day in. It's like it's so insane, and it makes me really happy because it's like exactly what we wanted to accomplish.
Somebody pull a tissue.
No,
what are you gonna cry?
What are you gonna
cry, Cole? Are you gonna do it?
Not during the podcast. Actually, I kind of needed to burp at one point there. It kind of sounded like I was like gonna cry, and I thought about it as I was talking, but I was like, I'm not actually gonna cry right now.
When your dad cries,
I'm not gonna
cry.
I'm not gonna do it. I swear I'm not gonna do it.
When your dad cries and you go to bed at 3 p.m.
Yeah, so I don't want people to look at Chaotix as like, oh, this is this unattainable, like, those guys, like, yeah, there's some exclusivity because currently there's only 10 people, and it's going to be that way for a while until we recruit people that we feel like are passionate and fit the mold that we want to like bring in people for Chaotix. But like, I don't want people to think like it's like, oh, I want you to look at it and aspire to be a member in the future, because we're definitely open to recruit people. It's just gonna later down the line. Like, don't go into the comments and just say, oh, add me because I'm awesome. Like, if you want to get there, start working hard, making your own content, make creative things, get involved, add, like, try to, get stuff uploaded here and all that stuff like Seth was just talking about, and just, like, try to build it. You'll probably get a fan base of your own, and then just keep moving forward, and, like, who knows where it'll go.
And 100%, drop comments on people's videos that you enjoy. We do recognize names. I personally remember a lot of names from a lot of comments on everybody's channel. I do recognize.
It's very rare that I don't recognize somebody that's been in my stream before. Like, I try my best to.
Are you saying it's
to remember names?
It's rare for you to not recognize somebody who's been in your stream before?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you do remember everybody? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I do remember everybody. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
Some people are gonna go down the comments of this video and be like, "Yo, what's up, Dad? I'm here. What do I do?"
Yes.
The weirdest laugh, Justin.
It went higher. It went.
It's like 2 seconds late.
like singing us a song of his people, man. Don't make fun of him.
No, he was like thinking about something else, and then he registered what we just talked about, and then he had to laugh after everybody else.
I had my mic muted because there's like someone in the house is like blaring music, and I didn't know if you guys could hear it. And then I wanted you to recognize I was laughing. I wanted to recognize.
Oh shit! I need to laugh. I'm muted. Shit.
Anyways. Oh, Seth got the joke. Seth got the joke. All right.
All right, we're good now. Continue.
Yeah, guys, but I think that's pretty much the whole origin and like the idea behind it. Thanks to everybody who stuck around for this. It's about running about 45 minutes, roughly.
Oh, yeah.
But that's about what we're gonna be shooting for every episode. And this one was just like a lot of context and kind of like the vision for the future of Chaotix. But the future ones will, they'll be, some will be more laid back, just us like talking about like the first time we got in fights and whatever.
And hopefully Luke the Notable will be back on for more than 20 seconds. He just had a family emergency, but he loves you guys. He told me to tell you all that. You're all his favorites. He's gonna snort some G Fuel for you guys in memory. So
I hope you guys enjoy. I have one more question to ask you guys before we leave. Every single time I'm into one of these podcasts, I'm gonna hit y'all with one of these questions. Have you ever had to go to the bathroom just to wipe?
Probably. I don't know, dude.
On a Midsummer Night's Eve, yeah.
Midsummer Night's Eve.
I mean, I can't recall a specific occasion, but it's probably happened.
Yeah, probably at least once.
Yeah, probably. I can recall at least twice.
Wow.
That was yesterday. I can recall at least twice in the past week.
All right, bye.
Well, hold on, real quick too. If you guys ever have any topics you'd like to hear us talk about, Halo related, not Halo related, if there's something interesting that you'd like to learn about some of the members, make sure you comment that down below. Recommend it. Hope you guys
tweet at us. Tweet at us. Do
tweet
something.
at us. Hit up the Twitter. But hope you guys enjoyed.
We'll definitely be active in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the ChaotixCast. We will see you guys next Tuesday.
Goodbye,
bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Boo, finger gun for you.
Pew pew pew. Goodbye.
You, Justin.
Finger guns.
Finger go for you.
Yo. Poo, 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 cocks in my mouth. Poo, 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 poo. Fuck you.